All right, and welcome back, all you hitting the hardcore listeners. Obviously, I don't know which show I'm on today, but you know who I am, the man with many names. You know where I hail from, the rainy city of Ben Lomond. Here's your host, and joining with me again on the show today on a back-to-back. That hail from the East Coast. Fonz, tell everyone what's up.
What's up? I safely got home from this icy conditions outside.
No slipping and sliding outside.
No, I mean this is the most amount of snow I've ever seen, considering that I grew up in tropical weather. But yeah, somehow I survived.
I know
Never
the
mind.
feeling. I grew up in the desert, and all I know is heat and maybe a little bit of cold, and I despise the cold with a passion. And I'm living in a home right now that has a real fireplace. There's no central heating
Nice.
here, so the struggle is sort of real. I'm sure everyone in the north is sitting there like, you haven't had snow and blah blah blah. But we're not talking about you guys right now. It's all about me. It's all
Exactly.
about
I'm the sidekick in this podcast.
it's all about numero uno. Fonz, you take a close number two. I appreciate you, brother. So we're gonna be running down a nice list today. We're actually gonna start out with, because it's getting close to Valentine's Day weekend, and everyone knows what that means. All-Star Weekend. Yeah, that's right, girls. Go ahead and put all your presents aside. Tell your husbands, kiss your husbands goodbye. Forget about whatever else you thought you were doing this weekend. Dinner's coming early because it's All-Star Weekend. And what better way to talk about All-Star Weekend than the Mr. Missing in action for the first time in a few years, Kevin Hart, the back-to-back Celebrity All-Star MVP, which doesn't make any sense to me, but it never has. A Celebrity All-Star game never will. Fonz, are you excited for All-Star Weekend?
Not really. I probably won't watch it, in all honesty, because I got school and stuff. But the only thing I'm excited for is Nick Young 3-point contest.
Swaggy P.
I want all the memes. I know people are getting tired of memes, but give me more Swaggy P memes. Like I hope after every rack he turns back, does this little it's going in gesture, and like none of the money balls go in. He misses the entire money ball rack.
Considering that the one picture that we had of him practicing back in El Segundo is of a complete money ball rack. And let me tell you right now, I don't think it's going to be beautiful. There should be an over-under on how many money balls that Uncle P is going to make. And I don't think it's more of a question of him participating in the three-point contest, because we all know that Klay Thompson is actually going to win it again this year.
No, I
But
got my guy, CJ,
you got
greatest Lehigh athlete ever. Gotta represent my school.
we gotta throw up a tweet real quick for those of you that may be listening in, which right now is obviously nobody, but we gotta have your pick. Who do you think is gonna win the 3-point contest this year outside of Klay Thompson? Do you think that Swaggy actually has a chance, or
Nah,
do you think
give
Fonz is
me
actually right?
it's CJ. It's gotta be CJ.
You're not excited about the dunk contest? Aaron Gordon's coming back for it. I mean, come on. He basically got robbed with the triple 5 million weights high to bring it back. It was almost like watching the Patriots win. It was
Oof.
probably the precursor to the whole thing. I'm sorry to say it. It's like watching the Warriors lose their 3-1 lead against the Cavs. It was probably the best worst call by a set of judges for a competition in the Big Four in the last, I would say, 2 seasons. I think that we may see more out of Aaron Gordon. I think that he's going to take it away on this contest.
I mean, I hope he does. Like, because the dunk contest is either great or it sucks, right? Like
It's
when it was Levine versus Gordon, it was fantastic. That's peak dunk contest. But then you have years where you're just like, why are you guys even trying this?
but
and you keep missing.
I mean, I know where you're coming from, where like altogether is the competition or the feel for it is sort of lackluster for the most part. Yeah, they throw in two dunkers or one DeAndre Jordan. That isn't exciting. I always manage to throw in some big guy that just doesn't do anything exciting. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm just trying to throw some names out there under the radar, under the bus. You know where I'm going with this, but there's always one surprise dunker that you're like, hey, I don't know who this player is and what team he's on. He resembles NBA team that's somewhat familiar. That's probably living in the East Coast. That's in the bottom part of the standings right now. But this guy can really dunk. And there's that one guy that always shines, and I'm always excited to see what that one guy is going to do. I mean, the Jason Richardsons, the Vince Carters, the Zach Levines, the Aaron Gordons, the Michael Jordans. There's always that one guy, and that's what I'm always looking for. And I personally think that props, Blake Griffin, and gimmicks, Nate Robinson, and overall just really, really poor showmanship, Dwight Howard, are the reasons why the dunk contest fails as far as viewership and excitement year after year. So I know where you're coming from. I think that there may be less of that. And don't forget that there are also the Sprite amateur dunk contest and the NBA D League dunk contest, which feature overall shorter guys, better dunkers.
Yeah, I mean, why can't we have like the D League and the amateur one like a couple of days before All-Star weekend, and then the winners face, last year's champion or like two NBA players.
I would probably
that would make it more interesting.
I would probably think that because the winner of the D League and or Sprite competition dunk contest winners win what's equivalent to half a year of the lowest player's NBA salary, which is usually a prize of $1 million, a car, and fan galore for about 3 months, however far along that ever takes that one person. But I don't know. I'm excited to see. I'm more excited to see who is going to take home MVP for the All-Star game, considering the number of snubs and the number of people missing this weekend. Russell Westbrook, I'm looking dead at you in the eyes and wondering if you are going to score 50 or average a triple. It would be great to see what Russell Westbrook average a triple-double in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm almost definitely not gonna watch the All-Star game unless it's close in the last 5 minutes. Like,
I guess this would be a better poll. And we'll check in on you guys after we get back from the break. But here's a good question for you. Would you TiVo the entire All-Star weekend, every single event included, and rewatch it, or would you primarily tune in to just the Celebrity All-Star game? Which would you be more excited for?
the former, because the Celebrity All-Star game is like watching 5-year-olds play basketball.
Well,
No, because like a couple of years ago, ESPN radio host Ryan Russillo was on there, and like he was setting screens and stuff, but like nobody cared. Like he was playing the game the right way. Like he was like getting in position for rebounds and stuff. Like I was like, Russillo, you're the man. But everybody else like doesn't care.
So what you're saying is that you'd be excited to watch the Celebrity All-Star game, which is the equivalent to pick up ball at the 24.
Yeah, like I know. Like Win Butler's playing this year. Win Butler's like a legit good basketball player because he's huge, and Win Butler, lead singer of Arcade Fire, for those who don't know. But like, I mean, it's a good thing Kevin Hart's not there because Kevin Hart would just like make it like all about him, But
Again,
and then they replaced Kevin Hart with Brandon Armstrong, who's gonna like oh my god, he's so he's so weird, he's so funny, he's impersonating NBA players. What? But like, I don't know. Like I want it to be a serious, like if ever I want it to be like good people who play like good celebrities are good at basketball. Like once again, Win Butler. What's his name? The guy, the former Secretary of Education, Arnie Duncan. Is that his name?
Mhm.
Something Duncan.
Mhm.
Like he played the game well. Like he knew what to do. Instead of like get Snoop Dogg back in there. Like,
What
just
you're
make
saying
it
is
more fun. Like make it more
get actual
interesting.
basketball players in here.
Yeah, like this year they have Jason Williams in, like which is fantastic. Kenneth Parker. They got legit people. Like Baron Davis is playing. That's great. Like, but I want it to be more about Baron Davis rather than a Kevin Hart / Brandon Armstrong. Like I hope Brandon Armstrong plays like legit and doesn't just like do it for the vine, rest in peace type stuff.
We're gonna figure that out. Obviously, Fonz would be more excited to see
Get off my
old man
lawn.
pick up game than a re-showing of comedians and star actresses. I mean, it is called Celebrity, but we'll leave it at that. We'll be back with you guys in a few moments for part 2. We're going to be coming up here talking about the Wizards and the conundrum of the Bradley Beal experiment.